She wanna do me, she wanna bring a friend. I'm known for the two-piece. I just wanna see you throw it down to the flow. Pick the money up with them pretty little toes.
Welcome to the Broccoli Pod. We're your hosts. I'm Augie Dupre.
I'm Capital J, and today we're here with our guest,
LowKey.
Hell yeah,
What's up,
yeah.
LowKey?
What's up, bro?
Man, I'm just kicking it, bro.
How you doing,
Just
my boy?
living, man. How you guys living?
Oh, dude,
Fucking
we out
pretty
here,
good, bro. Shout out the Blueprint.
Hey, man, appreciate you, man. Shout out the
Yeah.
Broccoli Pod. It's finally coming to fruition.
Finally, Cloud.
Yeah.
We've been
Like,
trying.
dream
We've been
about
trying
this.
for like a month now.
Yeah, we've
but
been talking about it, bro. Before we get started, I just want to thank everybody for watching. Like, subscribe to the videos. We appreciate you guys. We're now on all streaming platforms.
Yup.
So,
Finally got that.
Congrats
Go
on
ahead,
your
check
guys'
us out.
21st and plus episodes.
Hell yeah.
oh, hey,
thank
bro,
you,
we
bro.
appreciate
That's-
you. Yeah, we
it's-
got a couple ready, bro.
It's been
so-
huge, bro. It's
That's
been
what's up,
huge,
man.
you know.
Thank
'cause-
you, dude.
And you know what? Like at the beginning, I wasn't sure how far this was gonna go, but it's cool to see that even at like as far as we are now, I don't see myself stopping this. This is just like a super fun thing that I look forward to every
Yeah, I do
weekend.
look forward to this.
Yeah.
It's been a good time getting
that's
getting
what's-
started, bro.
And getting to know people.
Yeah.
You know, just having like good conversations.
Yeah, and I feel like I do know a lot of like everybody who's been our guest. I know as our friends now, which
Yeah.
is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. Like it's just cool to be able to kind of bring the scene together. And it's just kind of like,
Yeah,
you know, it works for both people, right? It works for the
Uh-huh.
artist and it works for the podcast.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
Exposure on
It's a
both
win-win.
sides. You know.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a
So
win-win situation.
Speaking of the Blueprint, bro, why don't you tell the people what you do, bro?
Yeah, man. So I host this little podcast, man, and it's you know, I call it the Blueprint because I like to say it's like where people could come and like manifest their success. You know, when you're building a building, you start with the foundation, which is most people have a foundation. They have a name, they have some songs out, and right now they're building the structure.
Yeah.
And so once the structure is built, you have the final product. So to do all that, you need a blueprint, and that's kind of what the blueprint is. You
I
know?
like
sick,
that, bro.
man.
You also make music.
I do, yeah. You know, like, the music, it's fun and all, but like I always say it's not my career choice.
It's not your passion.
I feel you on that, bro.
You know, there's a certain kind of commitment you need to make music, and
I agree.
And
Yeah.
like I don't like feeling that commitment.
Right,
I would
that's
agree
fair.
with you, bro. I don't know if I have that for music. Like, I love music. I have fun doing it, and like, you know, make a song here or there. But
Yeah.
that's just not like where my heart is, I
Yeah,
guess.
exactly.
It's just fun, and I like doing it with the homies or
Yeah,
whatever. so
exactly.
it's
That's
cool.
exactly how I feel too.
Yeah.
So would you say your heart's more in the podcasting?
It's
Or, like,
podcasting,
bringing the community
but like
together.
it's bro. I've always had like a vision, right? Like I want to be a CEO, like so I have my company,
Yeah.
and like podcast is just a way that I could like connect with people.
Market.
And it's just, you know, it's just, and like education too. Like I've done a lot of research on the music business, and a lot of artists are focused on just the art,
Yeah.
that they forget about the business.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You
you
know
are
what
a
I mean?
business.
Yeah, so like it's like sometimes they'll come on and say, hey bro, I don't have my publishing right, whatever. Like, hey bro, it's simple. Get your BMI, you know what I mean, just stuff like that, and you'll be straight, you know.
Because before it was like, obviously it was harder to get into a label or get a manager, but that is what they were for.
Yeah.
But nowadays with social media and everything, if you're an artist, most people doing that for themselves for the first like fucking like 4 to 5 years.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know, so
you
you
can
got to
be
be able to be
independent.
well versed in that and not just know the art.
And some people are just like they see a big ass Google article and they're like, fuck that, I'm not trying to read that, you know what I mean? But me,
Yeah.
I'm like,
you do have
I-
to be
yeah.
interested. I like
Yeah.
I like research, bro.
Yeah, me too. So like, it's easier for me, you know, and I'm not over here trying to like screw artists over. I'm like, honestly, I don't benefit none from seeing you lose.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
So,
like,
like-
I want to see everybody win because if everybody wins, I win.
Exactly,
You
bro.
know,
Exactly.
Like,
So
it's not like that selfish for me, but like they should know that like why would I want them to lose when
Yeah.
it's going to benefit me regardless?
yeah, none of us are in a position to where if someone loses, we really benefit.
Yeah,
You know.
exactly.
So-
That's what the art scene is like. Because especially for places like here, like Humboldt, like Chico, like there are some artists that have popped off, but the scenes in these places, they're not fat. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're like, we're all just building our generation scene. And so like we can only do that as a community.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to do with music every time too.
Yeah,
Everybody
art or
in
whatever
you're doing.
Yeah,
like,
video
whatever
people.
your passion is.
You know, the music is just a branch off
Yeah.
like what it entitles, right? Because when you invest in an artist, you're thinking about you're investing in their clothes, right? You have to buy them clothes, you have to buy them cover arts, which is means you're paying a graphic designer, you're paying a videographer, you're paying
Yeah.
an editor.
Yeah.
Like,
There's
there's a lot
so
of people
many
that
things.
benefit from having a poppin' artist, right?
Like I was
So-
talking about on the podcast with I think it was with Albert. It costs like $700 to make a song.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I did hear that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's expensive.
that's
dude.
about right. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's like going like even homie price.
Yeah, that's like with friends.
That's
bro.
good price.
Yeah, that's with friends.
Yeah.
That's homie price, bro. Because
Yeah.
some people, you know, they charge you crazy amount by the hour. You know, graphic designers, they have like a minimum.
Yeah, and you know, like when you buy the beat, like usually I would say it's like $100, but like a lot of times for like bigger
like
artists, it's like
not-poppin'
200,
artist, bro.
250.
That's like
plus
if you
the
can find it
studio
on
time,
YouTube.
it averages about $200 an hour, which is fucking crazy.
And the beat, like the lease, it also depends, right? Because sometimes you're just buying a lease to have not the tag on there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
literally. Yeah. And it's like a limited release, though. Like, oh, well, you can have this release up to like 100,000 plays, and then you're gonna start to get charged and all this shit.
And you know, like an example I like to use on that, bro, is like Juice WRLD on Lucid Dreams, bro. The sample that he didn't clear properly, it cost him millions, bro.
Yeah.
Millions. You know what I mean? And
That's his most played song, but it
exactly.
probably netted him the least amount of money.
It was strategic enough to where they waited till that shit peaked. They the most amount of money there was, and they were like, "Hey, you know what, bro? You used my song. I need my
royalty.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that back."
Yeah.
Exactly. And like it's like he had no choice but to, or else they were gonna take it down.
Exactly. Yeah. And he got a lot of people from that, but he made zero money on that.
Yeah.
All the money that he made from that, he had to pay back because it wasn't his intellectual property.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, just trying to look at it on the bright side is just like you said, bro. Is the exposure is worth more than that song.
Exactly.
Honestly.
Exactly. Especially
that's why he didn't take it down. That's why he would give the money back. It's like he would do that song for free because it.
But you know what? Also at the same time though, like you got to do it right. Right.
Yeah.
So the artist
protect yourself. Don't make those mistakes.
You got to do it right. But it's also I'm saying like it was right for him to give that money back to the people that were actually owners of that. Like if you steal something, you got to pay your half. Get it cleared. You know, you got to do things right.
It really like respect.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, like respect everybody else's property, respect yourself, and respect like the business that you're in.
For sure.
Because if you don't, like, shit's gonna go negative for you real fast.
Yeah.
You got to do your research, dude. And like you said in our last pod with Joey, we were talking about like paying tribute to the people before you and learning.
Joey, exactly.
No,
Joey Sanchez, the tattoo guy.
Okay.
Yeah, we were talking about. You know, just paying tribute to the people that came before you, you know, and like learning from them, whether it's not necessarily the thing to do anymore, but at least like put that respect in, you know, so that you're not behind the ball and you don't get like,
because
you don't wanna
if
step
people
on
take
toes,
shit for
bro.
granted, bro.
Yeah.
Like if somebody paves the way for you, at least acknowledge them. At least like show the respect there. You don't have to fucking like hit them up or like do anything like that, but at least like let it be shown that you have the respect that you deserve to be in the position that you're in.
Yeah, and show that maybe like it's always good to give respect like through, oh, this guy influenced me or you know, I took this from whatever. So
it's a part of being like humble and like humbling your ego.
Yeah.
Because ego is a huge thing in any industry. You know,
gotta
you
have
start
it,
popping
though.
up.
Yeah, you got to have it, but it's also like there's certain kind of egos, right? So there's the ego where you know what you're capable of, right? You know that you're good at this, and you know that this is what you're laying and stuff.
that's confidence.
That's confidence, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. But there's an ego to it. So, but it's when egos clash, and you say my ego is bigger than yours, or I could do this better than you. Is when there's conflict. There's greed, whatever. You know what I mean? Just all the negatives that come with it.
Yeah, it really doesn't do nothing for you to be like that.
Nah, hell no.
Like thinking you're all this and a bag of potato chips, like I'm saying.
Haven't heard that in a while.
Yeah.
Like it's real, bro. Because like there's all sorts of people out here that I talked about this in a podcast before too, where like if you brought a certain thing to the scene that was never there before, good on you, bro. That's awesome. Don't think you're so much bigger than somebody else for doing that, because there's so many other people that bring things to the scene that you never could or never would or never even thought of.
Yeah, especially like this far into the game, like the originality is it's probably non-existent anymore.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody at some point did something like that. Like,
It's still like originality, but it's instead of like being original nowadays,
like evolved originality.
It's a collaboration that makes you original.
And one thing I've heard, where did I hear it? I think Wes Watson said it recently. He was saying that everything is every thought's like already been thought. It's the arrangement, you know. It has to do with the way that you arrange the thoughts and the words. Like whatever you're gonna say has been said. Just say it a different way and say it your way.
And that's only with the birth of the internet.
Yeah, and you're original with yourself, though.
Yeah,
you know, like that's what makes it original.
yeah, that's true.
As long as you're being real is how you be original.
Yeah.
Like being yourself is how you be original. Like
Yeah.
most people like worry too much about what other people are doing or like other people's advice, and like take everybody's advice but with a grain of salt, because you know what works for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's going to work in your life. You have that intuition about you, and if you're just out here trying to please everybody that's telling you all this shit and giving you advice or like seeing what other people are doing, you're never going to make it as your own.
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
think
You're going to
just
make it as somebody else, and then when people are like, that's not who he really is.
only listen
gonna
to
fall
people
off.
who you want to be like.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Like if
Straight
they don't
up.
look like how you want to look, don't listen to them.
Or
Yeah,
sound
and,
like
and,
how
I,
you
and I
wanna
think
sound
that,
like how you want to sound, don't listen to them.
that's kind of what like I felt like happened to me, right? Because like when I was a kid, yeah, I did want to be a rapper. I did want to be like the guy that raps and shit like that on stages and shit. But eventually, like, yeah, I started looking into like, I think the first one that captivated my attention was like Dame Dash.
Oh, I like
You
Dame
know,
Dash,
Dame
bro.
Dash, Jay-Z, like how they came up independently.
Yeah.
And then Snoop Dogg was one of my favorite rappers. So when I went, I looked into his like whole how he went from Death Row to No Limit, and then I found out about Master P, and then seeing about his come up. You know, just
Oh,
like
dude, you do a lot of research on
Yeah,
artists.
bro,
I
like-
like that.
you know, so like I just started like okay, and then I started gravitating more towards like the CEOs rather than the rappers. I stopped looking at rappers like idols, and I
yeah.
started looking at like the CEOs like Birdman.
Like this is where I want to be.
Yeah, exactly. Like this
Yes,
is
yeah.
like this. I'm more comfortable here. Like,
Well, people, I think that they stop at rapping when really that's their like launching pad to create generational wealth, you know? And you can't
Yeah.
really do that through just your music for the most part. I mean, now you can because
Endorsements
being
and everything.
solo and all that
That's-
shit, but you have to like build a business with what you do.
Yeah.
And that's the same with like NBA players and any
Everything,
athletes like
because the real money comes from like I said, endorsements, clothing,
build
merch.
the business
Yeah.
around
And
you.
the image.
And
yeah.
that's how the music scene really like weeds out like the clout chasers.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because if they're just a clout chaser, they're gonna stop at rapping. They're gonna have like a couple hit songs, and then they're gonna kind of fade out.
Yeah, be
But the
gone.
ones that are actually about the business and about the music, they last forever.
Yeah.
Like I hate on Drake because he's not real, in my opinion. However, this is a business to him. He does really, really fucking well in the business that he's in.
He also likes making music, and people like his music.
He's got a work ethic to him, man.
Mhm.
You know, and like work ethic speaks harder than talent, like by far.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Definitely.
You know, like every artist I've chose to like work with and associate myself with are people that stay in the studio. You know,
Yeah.
because to me, if you have a really good song, like that's cool and all, but if you can't bust out 3 more of those in the same day, you're like I'm looking at it like I'm putting my money on you. I'm not gonna make that shit back.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna lose a bet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's kind of how I see things. You know, just everything, bro. Like it's like I don't know. Like my girl thinks it's annoying sometimes. She's like, like everything you think about is like how are you gonna try to like get
Convert
your
that.
brand and everything. I'm all like I will be out there. I'm like man, if I use this for this and I like start getting ideas, tell her about it. She's like bro, I'm just trying to chill. I'm just trying to hang out.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, exactly. You know, but I mean, it's something that like I feel like I'm gifted in.
Yeah.
And then like I feel like I could just use to my advantage,
Yeah.
and like use to like procreate like a generation of artists that like are good, are self aware and like they could just independently make their money, because I think that that's the wave now, especially with the internet.
And independently to the fact where like the new upcoming labels and shit are going to be much different than any other label that's ever existed.
Right. Yeah.
Because like other labels, it's all been about the business. It's all been about making money, obviously, which any business is about.
Right.
But like it's been about their
It
bottom
shouldn't
line. Like
be.
you need us to project you.
Yeah.
But now, like for like the new age, it's like we need you to help us grow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you could do this by yourself.
Yeah.
But it would be a lot fucking harder.
Exactly. The you need me more than I need you factor.
Exactly.
Like that's where you have grounds to like negotiate, right? Because when you're negotiating, they're looking for their benefit and you're looking for yours.
Yeah.
And then when you do business together, there's a mutual interest on both sides.
Exactly. And it's like a lot of times the record labels, right? They were doing big shit with rock stars and shit like that for a long time, and they're like, well, we're bigger than you. We're
Right.
better than you.
Right.
But that seems to be changing.
Oh yeah.
Like
by far.
Yeah, cuz capitalism has been, a good and a bad thing for a long time.
Developing situation.
But our general like consciousness of this new age, I feel like I can really start to see it coming into play. Because before, honestly, I really had no hope for the future of this country. But these past couple years, bro, honestly,
Yeah.
I've been seeing our generation come up and start to take over things.
Yeah.
And we're doing a pretty goddamn good job, bro.
In a good way and in a bad way, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's plus and negatives to everything.
Just don't watch the news.
Yeah,
dude.
right. Like, you know, but
For real.
self-awareness, bro. It's all about that. That's what I think. Like, you know, it's just like I said, lack of education has gotten a lot of people broke. Has gotten a lot of people to do bad business.
And you know, it's crazy because I see people like all the time now. Like, I'll talk to them about a subject and like we'll be hanging out or something and they'll be like looking at like TikTok or something like that.
Right.
And
Oh,
I'll
I hate
hear
that.
like something going on TikTok and then they'll be like, you know, like this is like how this works and blah blah. And I'll be like, I literally just heard you listen to that. Did you look that up? Did you try to figure that out for yourselves? And it's like just grasping on to any information that's around them, even if they don't know if it's true for themselves, just because someone else said it.
Yeah, like if someone made TikTok saying, "Hey, sign any deal that comes your way," like just
Because
keep
it's
pushing-
always a good
yeah,
thing.
yeah. Like if they keep pushing that narrative, eventually
Yeah.
people are gonna be like, "That's the right thing to do."
You literally, like, I don't know where I've heard that, but I've heard that a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Y'all stupid as
You can't.
fuck.
Yeah.
Listen, you can't get your information like that. Anything that you hear, I don't give a fuck who said it. It could be God saying it. Look that shit up, bro.
Yeah.
At least do your diligence and don't
Yeah.
just look
I
at
don't
one
know,
side.
dude.
Maybe like
I believe God.
maybe look it up like a couple of times. You
You
know,
know,
what I mean?
I'm a big believer in trial and error. Like sometimes you do got to take losses to like find a win, you know. But yeah, definitely do your research. Definitely like,
and
educate
especially
yourself.
because everybody's different. So even if what they're saying is right, it might not work for you. And if you
Exactly.
keep trying that thing, be like, damn, it worked for this guy. Why is it not working for me?
right.
It's because you're not who you need to be in order for it to work that way.
Yes.
You have to be the best you that you can be, and everything will work the way that it needs to be.
Yeah, and again, like if it isn't something that's meant for you, if it worked for this person, but they have a completely different life than you, then it might not fucking work for you.
correct. And if you, you know, there's enough money out there for you. So if you see someone else making a little more than you, a little less, know that it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and
And
there's,
if you're
there's a
looking-
piece of the pie for you.
You'll never be the richest,
Yeah.
but you can
definitely make
can
a way
get
for
it,
yourself
yeah.
and your family.
And if you're looking at other people that are doing like the same thing as you, you're like, oh, they got more followers or they get more likes or like anything like that. Like, again, there's enough people in the world for everybody,
Yeah.
bro. And not everybody's going to like you. So you got to find your niche. You
Yeah.
got to find your people, and you will
Yeah.
find your people.
You know,
bro.
if there's a market for the Island Boys, there's a market for you.
Dude,
Straight
for
up.
real, bro.
Straight up, bro.
For
Like, if there
real.
is a market for them, there's a market for you.
If
gotta
people
find it.
listen to their music,
Yeah, they're gonna listen to you.
how the anyways. That's Florida. That's not even really a
Yeah,
part
California.
of
I
like,
mean,
that almost just sent me,
country.
bro. I was just thinking about so much shit just now.
took off. Yeah, straight up, bro.
So how'd you get the idea to really start your podcast? Like, have you been wanting to do it for a while?
Yeah, bro. So you know, I'm originally from. I was born in Sacramento,
Mhm.
and I was raised in Marysville.
Right.
And Marysville is about 45 minutes north of Sacramento. So I mean, just
Like
like Sacramento.
outskirts.
Yeah, Sacramento's like, you know,
It's like
home.
Anderson to
Yeah.
Redding.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like Red Bluff.
Okay,
Like
yeah, yeah.
Red Bluff to Redding. And
Right.
That's literally about how far it is.
Mhm.
And you know, it's just growing up there, bro. It's a small city.
Cute little lake.
Yeah. So you saw Ellis Lake,
I've been there.
bro. I have a friend that swam across it, bro. Got sick for like a week.
Oh no
That
shit.
shit is green, bro. Like, it's
Oh,
nasty, bro.
dude.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Don't
But
swim
you know,
to
and I
the
think
lake,
the
bro.
city should do something about it. But hey, whatever. You know,
Make it happen.
they don't want to reinvest. Yeah, dude, trust me, I got plans.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean? But anyway, so
You're looking at the next mayor of Marysville.
Yeah. But yeah, I was raised there, man, and growing up, like, just I mean, I'm a first generation Mexican. My parents immigrated from the motherland, and you know, struggles, man. That was just part of my daily life, just struggles, money,
Yeah.
a lot of arguing growing up and stuff like that, and like, so I was like, you know, I've always had an interest in music, specifically because my grandpa was a singer. My mom
Okay.
sang around the house all the time. Shakira was her shit. Like, I grew up listening to Shakira, bro. Bro,
What kind of
I
music
love
your grandfather
Shakira, bro.
sing?
Shakira.
Like just regional Mexican music, like
Okay.
you know, like just with banda and shit like that. It's cool. I have a couple of videos of him singing "Rest in Peace." My grandpa, man, he was like my father figure for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, it's just growing
Shout
up there,
out
like
Abuelo.
yeah, like you know, I started like you know, there's a music scene out there where
Yeah.
I'm from, and you know, shout out to all the people you know that I know that are doing music and they're going hard, you know what I mean. But the thing about it, bro, is that there's no structure. Right, there's no structure to the music scene.
Everybody's out there just doing it for themselves.
Kinda, exactly. And you know, like you know, it's just hard to start a movement out there without people looking at you weird, looking at you funny, because they're like, who are you? We all went to school together. You gotta think about that. We all went to school together. We all ate the same lunch. We all had the same
bunch of fucking alpha males.
Yeah, bro. So everybody's like, why are you gonna be the guy to like direct this, right? So I just had a trouble, like kind of like saying, yo, I have ideas. I have, you know, things that I want to do, and you know, anyways, I grew up in that life and stuff like that, and then eventually I got in trouble. My girl bailed me out. Shout out my girl, man. She's like my rock. She bailed me out, man, brought me out here to Reading, you know, for my safety. I came out here to Reading, and, you know, at first I hated it, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Like, bro, a lot
Takes
of
some
people,
getting used to, bro.
yeah, bro, it is, for sure. Like, I like the nature of out here and everything, but just, like, I didn't know nobody. Like, I'm like, man, I'm clueless out here. I don't know what I'm doing. The pay rate out here is different than in Sacramento.
It's also hard to meet people if you didn't go to school with them.
Exactly.
And if you don't, like, go party all the time.
Exactly. So I moved back. And it's just it got bad, bro. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna just come out of Reading and just form my life out here.
Yeah.
And so I did. In that time, like, I moved out here. That same weekend, I was like, hey, I'm gonna go look for a studio.
Hell yeah.
And I did, bro. And I went out and like I found some studio like around the corner from here. And like they weren't fucking with rap, so I was like, you know what? That's lame. And then I Googled it and saw Calvin Sunday. I was like, man, I'm gonna pull up.
Hell yeah, bro.
You know what I mean? I pulled up. Davey was hanging a sign.
Hey.
And like, yeah, bro.
How long ago was that?
That was, it's weird, right? So it was actually March 10th, the night of a show.
Oh, nice.
The night of the Cellar show.
Yeah,
where
bro.
Zegalath and Chaos.
I was on the show
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
Yeah,
You were there
that's
too.
what's up.
Yeah. So he was like, yeah, bro, we got a show. I got in there, recorded a song. He's like, there's a show tonight, and I was like, bet, bro, I'm gonna go check it out. Like, it's a show, like for real? Y'all got it like that? You know what I mean? All right, bet. So I went, and bro, it's just like the crowd, like fucking with the artists. Like, like I looked at that, like, damn, bro, this is exactly what I was talking about. Like, what we need out there, and what a lot of places need is something like this.
Exactly.
You know, so immediately I knew there was something special.
You got to have a structure, bro.
Yeah,
like that's crucial in this day and age. Especially, I've been harping on this lately. It's something I just like realized, like, especially with like the bigger cities, right? Reading is a small city. Humboldt's a small city. Chico's a small city. There's a bunch of small cities in NorCal.
Yeah.
Right? The only way that we can contend with the rest of California is if we come together. You know, that
Jefferson
if we build our if we build our scene, you know, because like LA, they got some scenes and stuff, but like it is mostly about like the individual artists out there still.
Yeah.
So with us coming out here and like we can build the scene here, and maybe we can affect what we got to the rest of the state.
Yeah, because when you say, oh, I'm a California rapper, they immediately they're gonna be like the Bay or LA.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't ever, or like Sac, you know, Sac, Stockton Valley. Like they don't think about NorCal, bro.
No, I rap in country.
Yeah,
straight up, I'm on my tractor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit like that, bro. But it's like, you know, so yeah, bro. There's a whole unstructured market, bro. That you know eventually. All it needs is like a sense of direction, right? You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna, bro. Like I was saying on one of the other podcasts I had, is like one person's success could feed a bunch of people.
Yeah,
right?
bro.
So like
That's what I think about every time.
Yeah, me too. Cause like Mozzie, like even his enemies eat off of his success.
That's true. I fuck with Mozzie.
I fuck with Mozzie too,
Yeah.
man. Shout out Sacramento. I
Yeah,
wish all
big
of, I'm a big
rapper.
Sacramento United. Like I would love to see all Sacramento artists headlining the Golden One Center.
Sick,
But
yeah.
I mean, it's not gonna happen because of what's going on out there. But I hope that that's eventually something that happens. But you know, it's stuff like that, bro. And it's like, you know, seeing that out here, I was like, you know what, I had this idea for the podcast for a while. I'm talking about like maybe like since the beginning of COVID, maybe a little bit before. And I was like, and then once COVID happened and I saw how podcasts went up, I was like, fuck, I should have started it.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, I should have done it. I saw it coming, bro.
It just wasn't your time.
Yeah, it just wasn't my time. Exactly. And I feel like if I would have started back then, I would have got so unmotivated because of the lack of just, you know, just.
There might have been a week where you
connection.
couldn't find anybody because nobody was
and I
trying
was
to
like,
do
yeah,
it.
fuck that. You know what I mean? But like when I came out here, I saw like, you know, especially after network night was the night where Davey put everybody in here. I was like, oh yeah. Like this could happen, you know what I mean? And then seeing you guys, like you guys, shout out Broccoli Pod, man. You guys were like I saw y'all doing. I was like,
Thanks,
dude,
bro.
you know, for sure. Like, hey, you know, I give my flowers, bro. You guys definitely were the innovators.
I appreciate
you know what I mean?
bro.
Like you
We're
guys
just
set,
dumb.
and like you know, and it's cool. There's variation, right? There's broccoli pod. You guys are like, you know, kick back, lay, chill. You know what I mean? Mine's a little more nerdy, whatever. You
Hey,
know what I
bro.
mean? But like I
No,
said,
yeah.
it's a little more.
I like getting nerdy every once in a while.
Yeah, bro. So it's
always
like
good to have
it's
something new.
about, you know, variation. Just people have
Their own ideas.
yeah, their own ideas. Right?
Yeah.
There's a market for you guys. There's a market for me. Like
Exactly. And nobody's like trying to take anybody's idea instead of like making their own. Like,
Exactly.
You've got your own thing.
Yeah.
Munch Gang has their own thing.
Exactly.
You know, like
Yeah.
we all like. It's a symbiosis. Like we all do good. We bring podcasts up. One of our podcasts blows up. All the rest
All
of
of
the
them,
podcasts in the
exactly.
city blow up a little bit
Exactly.
more
Same
at
thing.
least.
Same thing, and like
Yeah.
I think Reading, you guys are like in the. I was telling Adrian this. You guys are north enough from all the bullshit, and south enough from whatever's up there.
Exactly.
You know
We
what I
still
mean?
in California with all the law,
Yeah.
but it's also
We don't
mad
follow
different out
any
here.
of them.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
stop.
Laws are meant to be broken. Yeah, bro. No swine, no sign, bro. You know what I mean? No cop, no
And I
sign.
never eat swine, so.
Yeah.
I like bacon. Bro.
I mean,
No, yeah, I do be eating bacon
I
sometimes.
like bacon.
Bacon's
I
good for
don't
the
eat
muscles, bro.
pork, so I figure it's like, I mean, that'd be weak.
Is
if
it
I
There's
just
so-
ate
because
one
bacon
piece.
is like so close to human flesh that you're like,
No, actually, I just don't like it because it's like fatty and like it seems
Unhealthy.
unclean to me. It's
And
just
there's
like
so
not very
many,
clean.
like, all the science behind it, like half the people say, yeah, go ahead, eat it, it's fine. And then the other half of the science is like, no, don't eat it, it's terrible, it's a bottom feeder, all this shit. So
Also,
it's
the
like,
oldest religions don't eat it, so like I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
you know, but it's, I mean, in that logic, right? So you're saying like pigs are raised like, you know, bottom feeders and stuff, but like we were talking about, chickens were too. Like cows are
Yeah.
raised in like, you know, they eat shit.
Nowadays, for sure.
Yeah.
And also, pigs are super smart.
Yeah.
They actually won't shit on their food and like they'll shit away from their food. And they're really smart. They're just dirty.
Stay away from the food.
They do, bro.
Yeah,
And
I didn't know
everything
that.
else, they do. They're super smart. They're the only ones that'll do
That's
that.
fire.
But
yeah, pigs are a hella intelligent.
I have a big
animal.
brain, bro. I've ate it.
yeah,
Straight up.
I have also, yeah, bro.
That's good,
But
bro.
yeah, I just don't eat like pork,
Yeah.
even though like, bro, I love al pastor and shit. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
ah,
that
It's
shit's
all about
bomb.
that. Lang- all of-
Carnitas, bro.
yeah,
It's all about that
I love some
lengua, bro.
carnitas, but
Yeah.
that language
also,
is
you know,
shit.
it's just there's other choices and it's
Right.
fine. I've done like some crazy shit. I was like vegan for 2 years and
Shit.
vegetarian for a year. I've done like a bunch of stuff. I just like
Yeah, when I went to Mexico, man, carnitas were like huge because like
Oh,
where
yeah.
I'm from, it's like where they like it's where they originate from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The Michoacan, that's where carnitas were originated from. So like everybody out there makes like fire ass carnitas, bro.
Oh,
bro.
bet.
Fire,
my,
bro.
my family's from Jalisco.
Jalisco?
Yeah.
I've been there. I've been to Guadalajara. That's
no,
where I
yeah.
land, and then I drive over to Michoacan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, Mexico's a trip, man. You know, as a kid, when I'd go, you know, I'd go for a summer vacation, right?
Yeah, same.
So I'd land there, right? And like, so my first time I went there, I landed there, and then I got picked up by my family. I met all my uncles, and like, so my grandma's like, go to sleep, and I'm like, I just got here, like what? Go to sleep. Yeah, like go to sleep, and I was like, all right, bet. So I went to sleep. She woke me up like at 4, bro, like 4 in the morning, and she handed me a long sleeve shirt and a lunch. And I was like, oh, we're going to go hunting. Because I heard about iguana hunting out there. Like, I ate iguana out there.
Oh, nice, really.
So I get in my truck with
I
my
never had
uncle.
iguana.
We pick up like 4 or 5 more people. I'm like, are we going hunting? And so like then we pick up a couple like milk carton boxes, put them in the truck. And I'm like, oh, this don't look good. And like so we end up going. We end up at this field, lemon fields for like acres, bro. I'm talking about acres, bro. And they hand me like a sack that you put around your body, and they're
Picking
like,
lemons?
pick lemons, bro.
Lemons,
Bro, it's
Putting
so
your ass
hot
to
out there.
work, bro.
Every day for summer vacation, except the last week we'd go do something.
Oh,
But that was like that from 6th grade
yo,
till
bum.
like 10th grade, bro.
I used to go for fun.
Yeah, bro. But you know
Only
what?
a couple weeks, but
Look,
yeah,
let
bro.
me
no,
tell you
rough.
about the first time I got paid, right? The same, because you get paid by day over there. So they pay you by amount of boxes that you do. So I did my 2-3 boxes, right? My uncle gave me about 60 pesos, which is about $3 for the whole day, bro. And I called my mom. I was like, I think my uncle just robbed me. Like, dude, I thought I got robbed. I was like,
Yo,
there's
I
no
need some
way.
money on my books, mom.
And she's like, you only picked 3 cartons?
Yeah, bro, and exactly, and like in that moment, bro, that moment when I got paid and like she
You
told me
understood
that
the value of
I
hard
understood,
work.
yeah, and I understood why they made the trip to come out here and give me a better life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was so young and I had that realization just on that phone call, bro. Like you should have seen my face. I was like, dude, like it all just made sense.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That's super cool that you got that at such a young age, because most people never find that in their whole life,
bro. You know, and like that dude, I swear to God, right when I got back, I started hustling. Like as soon as I like stopped going to Mexico, bro, because my grandpa died. That's when I stopped going. Like I would be like, all right, I need to get some Jordans. If I want to do that, I gotta sell some candy. I gotta do something. I had to do something to be able to buy myself what I needed, because my parents were both working. They had financial issues. You know, they didn't know, bro. They got here not knowing what rent was.
Bro, it's hard.
You know, so they bought a
it's hard for people who know.
Yeah, bro. They bought a bed and had to return it because they're like, yeah, you owe $1,000 or whatever of rent. And they're like, oh shit, we got to return this bed. Sleep on the floor still.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that kind of shit.
Do what you got to do, bro.
Yeah, bro. So, and like that's kind of where that was my villain story. You know what I mean? Like, okay, this is what.
Yeah.
Nice,
this is it.
I like it, dude.
But yeah, man, that's it's a trip, man. Life's a trip.
Yeah. No, that's a fact, bro. How? So you were born in Sacramento. So when did your family come over here?
They got here in 96 or 97.
Got you.
And before I was born. I was born 98.
98. Okay, got you.
Yeah,
got
so
you.
I was born here. They came here and they had me over there in Sacramento. By then, Yuba City was coming up. So there was a lot of construction going on. So my dad moved from Sacramento to Yuba City.
Okay.
And then it died. And then all the work was in Sac. So now he was working in Sac. But he was like, it's cheaper to live here. It's close enough.
Yeah, exactly. Like on the outskirts of the big cities is definitely the vibe.
Yeah, and like we got a Costco now, so we're up.
Yeah. We're up. That's right there. In and out is next.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Like we used to go to like 45 minutes to go to a Costco. Now it's like 3 minutes from my house.
Hell
like,
yeah, bro.
Right down the block.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so we're up.
How did they get over here?
So man,
a series of coyotes.
Yeah, well, my dad came over here when he was 17, bro. First, right? He just kind of like came to meet his dad because his dad wasn't in his life.
Okay.
And so he got here. My grandpa was a hustler, bro. He slanged, and he tried to get my dad into it. But my dad, like his IQ for that was super low. He just wasn't a hustler. He was a worker.
Yeah.
He wasn't a hustler, you know. And he just kind of like kicked it out here, bro. My dad, he told me that once when he first got here, he'd find out what tinted windows were. So
really?
he like in his brain he thought they spray painted them. So he grabbed spray paint and like spray painted his car window.
Oh my god.
No.
Straight up, bro. And then he was like,
how did they see all this shit?
Yeah,
that's not right.
Yeah, this ain't right. And then more like he got put on like it's just a culture shock, bro. You
Yeah,
understand?
bro.
Like they come from like we shower outside in Mexico.
Yeah.
Like we shower like by buckets. You know what I mean?
It's kind of crazy seeing like how in like the past like 5 to 10 years, like not all of Mexico, but a lot of the major like travel cities have come way up.
For sure.
Have modernized so much.
McDonald's, KFCs and stuff.
Yeah, bro. They have skyscrapers.
Yeah.
They have big ass hotels and shit.
Yeah.
Like
the economy out there is funky, bro, because a lot of people live like in the mountains, you know what I mean? So they can't really keep track of everything that's going on.
right.
It also definitely depends on where you live too, bro.
For sure.
There's a lot of really.
There's city people out there for sure. Like there's people that
Yeah.
are like raising something like
like Mexico City is a big ass city, but
or
like,
Cabo or any place like that. Yeah.
But like
Yeah,
even
there's,
if
like,
like if you go to like Cabo,
resort.
like the tourist area is different from
The-
like as soon
from
as you step
Cabo,
right
yeah.
outside, you're in the ghetto.
Yeah.
Like-
Or Puerto Vallarta and
Yeah,
like places like
exactly.
those are just tourist locations. But dude, if you go to like just cross the border to like
TJ,
Mexicali or something,
Yeah.
bro, or like TJ, yeah, bro, shit's like
Shiesty, bro.
that. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
shiesty is a good word for that shit, bro.
Shiesty, man. But it's I love it, man. You know what I mean? I love my culture. I love the people, and I think we have a really rich culture.
Yeah,
know what
I mean, a lot of hard workers.
Yeah,
like
for
you
sure.
said, like the way that you were taught about hard work, like that's definitely something that's not taught over
And
here.
I'm probably gonna do it to my kids, bro.
Yeah, as you should.
Yeah.
Like that's probably the best way that you could ever have learned.
Because
that.
if I learned that, I trust my kids to be smart enough to learn that same lesson.
You gonna send them to pick lemons?
Yeah, bro.
Nice.
In some really unfair conditions. Bro, it's because it gets so hot out there. You only work from 4 in the morning to like 11. Because at
Yeah.
12,
Oh, it's done for
you're
it,
done, bro.
Yeah, that shit's
It's
just beaten down.
Yeah,
bro.
you can't, bro. Like it was a good experience. Like we'd like kill snakes and like, you know what I mean, like hunt little like iguanas and shit, like eat them.
So, how do Mexican people be wearing hoodies and shit in the fucking
Keep
fields,
the sun
bro?
off you, bro. It's hot, or it's hotter to be
Like
like
so,
in the sun.
I would wear long sleeves, like
Yeah.
simply
Yeah,
because I don't want to
bro.
get burnt.
It's
know?
hotter to be in the
That
sun,
makes
bro. It really is. It sucks.
That makes sense, but
It's like when people
Damn, bro.
ride around shirtless, they're all like burnt. Like they're
that's
like,
fair.
Yeah, fuck that.
That's fair. That's just something I've always
Yeah.
done,
And
'cause I used to
also,
work
they're
on a
closer to
farm.
the equator too, bro.
Yeah.
So the sun's hotter
Exactly.
Well,
and
well,
burns
I
you
mean,
faster.
like I used to work on a farm up in McDowell, and there was a bunch of Hispanics working on the farm, and all of them wore fucking hoods anytime they were working in the fields. And I was like,
Yeah. Well, maybe
you're
because
in
like
shade.
their
Yeah,
version
that
of
makes
hot
sense.
is not as bad here.
that I guess that's
Yeah.
reasonable. That's reasonable. Yeah.
Like over there, it's a different kind of hot, bro. Like you sweat and like, oh my god, like it's bad. It's dry too, so like people would go outside and just wet the floor just so it like the evaporation creates some kind of humidity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
You guys, maybe they just know. Because have you guys ever seen those, like, I know what's up. They got the fishing shirts, and they're like long sleeve shirts with hoods and stuff for the summer, and then they help you not get burnt, and they're actually like not,
right.
they're not very hot. I have one.
Huh.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's crazy because I would go with like 5 bags of like clothes, like I'm talking about suitcases, and only leave with like one.
Let's
Yeah,
get tore
bro.
up.
Yeah,
like sweating through 'em, or?
no, like I'm talking about like we would go and like give them clothes, like I'd go and take
Oh,
clothes
hell
for my
yeah.
people,
Yeah.
just like different stuff, bro. Like and like it sucks. Like every time my cousins would see me with like an iPod, my mom would be like, "Leave it to them, and I'll get you another one when you get back." Never did.
You're like, I just had like 15 iPods, bro.
Mom, this has like 1,000 songs on
Yeah,
it.
she's like, "It's all good. Leave it for your little cousins." All right, but
Yeah. I'll do that.
You like run down to the corner store. They got like the little like fake looking iPod. You're like, yeah, I'll get them.
And like, man, you know what's crazy out there, bro? Is like to get beer, like I thought it was like a mission, right? And like so I went to the store like with my like 10 pesos, right? I went in, I was like, yeah, my grandpa needs a beer, and I gave him the money, and he like looked at me like, yeah, right, like he already knew.
Like,
He's
okay.
like, yeah, all right, here. And then I was like, you sure you're not gonna like, because you get ID'd and shit, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I
bro,
went
it's
and like
Mexico.
he was like, bro, as long as you got the money, I'll give a
No one
shit,
gives a
bro.
fuck, yeah. Oh no, you're not 21.
They don't even have those laws here, bro.
Yeah, bro.
This ain't California, bro.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the drinking age over there? Like 14?
I don't know.
I don't-
Whenever you could pick it up.
Yeah, fuck.
Whenever you could pick it up and do this,
Shit.
that's when you can, bro. But I love it, man.
Yeah, that's what's up. So one thing I like to ask on the podcast is like, what is one piece of information that you wish that you had when you were starting this shit that you want to give to our viewers that are trying to do the same thing?
I would say that consistency is key. That no matter what, if you just keep doing it, repetition is only going to make you better.
Yeah.
And whether it's music, whether it's podcasting, whether it's videography, you never start off in a pinnacle. You reach there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So don't give up, and believe in yourself, because if you don't, who's gonna? And look at the vision for yourself too, because no one sees the vision of where you're gonna be, like you are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One thing I'd like to add to that piece of consistency is that not only do you have to be consistent, you have to put in the work and get better each time. Because
Right.
if you leave that out and just keep being consistent, like you
It's
could
gonna
be
take
consistently
a
bad
long,
at shit
long
forever.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to improve and you have to work on getting better
Yeah.
and
al-
really like
and also like something
focus
a
in
lot of
on
people
it.
don't like to listen to is that if something's not for you, just find something else.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people force themselves to try to be good at something, and unfortunately, like I like the drive, but if it's not working out, like there's something out there for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of people say, oh, like you shouldn't tell, like, yeah, honestly,
Bro,
but
yeah,
don't waste your time. Like you're young.
don't waste your time.
Yeah, don't waste your time. Like,
Follow your passion because
Exactly.
you can make your passion work.
yeah,
You have to
exactly.
make your passion work.
Yeah.
You don't just do
Don't
something
feel
for
forced to
somebody
just do
else.
something that other people are doing because it works
Yeah.
for them.
And if it feels like it's not the right time right now, maybe it's not. Just keep
Yeah.
learning and keep growing yourself
Yeah.
until you get to that point where like you can really do the thing that you want to do.
And don't hate, man.
Make yourself better.
Don't hate. Like, just learn that there's someone out there. Like, there's something out there for you. Like, if other people are doing better than you, don't hate. Just keep doing it.
There's always competition,
Mhm.
and there's always going to be people that are doing way better than you.
Especially in music.
And people that start at the same time or even after you that are doing better than you, don't hate, dude. It's all a process. Everybody grows in their own time. Maybe everybody finds their own little pieces of information at the same time. Just keep doing your thing, and you will find the people that want to watch you or listen to you or,
Correct.
That's right.
join your business or whatever the fuck it is.
That's church.
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
Straight up.
go ahead and shout them out, bro.
Man, first off, I want to shout out my parents, you know, because they're the ones that put me in position to be great. You know, without their hard work and all their sacrifice, I wouldn't be where I'm at. Los amo, los quiero, si ven esto. I want to shout out my cousins. I don't have any siblings, but my cousins are like my siblings. We grew up all in the same house together, bro, for a long time.
Yeah.
The struggle, bro. But,
Yeah.
you know, they saw me through a lot, you know what I mean? And I want to shout out my aunties, my uncles, all my cousins, man. All my cousins. I have too many. You know what I mean? I want to shout out
the family.
Dubs. He's the one that actually got me into music. I haven't talked to him in a while, but if you see this, bro, because of you, I'm still grinding. I'm still going crazy. And, yeah, I want to shout out all Marysville. Linda, Yuba City, do your thing. I want to see you guys succeed and try to unite. Let's try to unite and be better.
Bring the community together.
Let's try to
do
be
it
better.
for the culture.
Hell yeah.
There's no negativity that's worth not winning. You know what I mean? So, and yeah.
Hate
Right
just
on,
brings
bro.
you down.
Tell them where they can find you one more time.
Yeah, you can find well, look, check it out. You can find my podcast on the _blueprint_show. I'm soon to be on all platforms. Actually, I'm building up a platform right now called OnTopSoon TV on Instagram. And then I'm going to be shooting music videos, LowKey.Filmz with a Z. Because S is, I don't know, everybody took the films with the S. I'm going to put a Z on there. Yeah, so you can find us. And, yeah, the OnTopSoon TV, man, I do want to touch a little bit on that. It's something that, you know, I want to build for a little platform, man, so people can just kind of like, you know, I want to do like promotions of artists, man. I believe in artists a lot, local artists. So it's somewhere where you could come in and perform a song, and we'll promote you.
Hell yeah, hit this man up.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Let's do it,
bro. Well, it's been a pleasure having you on the pod.
Man, it's been a pleasure being here, talking with y'all, man. Something that I wanted to do, and hopefully we could do it again.
Hell yeah.
Bro. I'm sure there'll be a continuation.
Yep. Wait for the one to drop on his too.
Oh yeah.
We getting out there too.
Yeah, they're coming on the Blueprint show, man. We're gonna pick their brains now.
Shit.
Yeah, bro. We'll be out there.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro.
Right on. Sounds good, brother.
Yeah, bro. We appreciate you one more time. It's been an episode of the Broccoli Pod. We're your hosts. I'm Capo J.
I'm Augie Dupre.
This is LowKey.
And we out. Catch you next time.
More life.
Peace.
Little mama, what's the deal? Thumbing through these hundreds, I can show you how I feel. You know I keep it real. Little mama, what's the deal? Thumbing through these hundreds, I can show you how I feel. You know I keep it real. Little mama, not a groupie, but she wanna do me. She wanna bring a friend. I'm known for the 2-piece. I just wanna see you throw it down to the flow. Pick the money up with them pretty little toes.